Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and I have a Stardom tier list here today with you guys. I've been doing a series on this channel, kind of being a beginner's guide to a lot of the factions in Stardom, and so I figured somebody had mentioned before, like, can I rate some of the factions and I guess their leaders? Though I want to say this was like not made by me because the leaders technically are not completely correct here, but I'm going to rate the people that are here because yeah, when you go to each video, when I have like the sub thing on all of these groups, it'll make a lot more sense. So we'll start off with stars. Honestly, stars is not one of my like favorite groups. It has my favorite, probably one of my favorite wrestlers in Stardom, which is Mayu, but I don't really care for the group as much. Obviously, they're all like very extreme baby faces, and the group's fine. The logo's pretty solid, but it's just not my fan. I'd probably put the group in C, and the in facto leader is Mayu would put in S because I really like Mayu, and but I don't really like the group as much. I just feel like there's more that comes from this. Like later on, like I feel like like so many people have been in that group of stars, but then like have gone out of it that like now it's a little bit at a weaker spot in its cycle. Next up we have the Cosmic Angels. It's again kind of in the same vein for stars, for at least me, where it's like they're just kind of like the baby face good people most of the time. They're a little bit more edgier with like having it like they're baby faces, but they kind of do some heelish things. But I'm not as big of a fan of the Cosmic Angels. Tam, obviously, she's in her retirement tour area. If this actually is legitimately her retirement, it's really cool to see. Like it as it progresses. I've been watching Stardom really heavily this year, and like to see the progression of, like she had a I Leave Stardom match against somebody else, and then obviously right into the Saya I Leave Stardom match was pretty interesting to see that, like, she's been at the top of Stardom at points, and now she's on her way out, which is kind of interesting. I've been enjoying this ride. I put it up in A. Next up, we have it's the Empress Nexus Venus. It's a mouthful, and this is an interesting one because this is a, if you see my faction video, is a faction that basically has two co-leaders. It has Maki here, and then also has, or Maka. I always say her name wrong. I do not know why. And also Mina Shirakawa. Obviously, Mina is like a co-leader because she's not always in Stardom. I think she's kind of more there now permanently. But yeah, so I definitely put this one a little bit higher. I like Mina, and I like a lot of the people in there, so it makes sense. And their leader is really good. She also kind of has like a Kitsune gimmick. I mean, if you see me right here, that's a good thing. I also put that in B. I like this faction in general. Next up is God's Eye. They have like a lot of like, it feels like maybe up and coming type stuff, but they do definitely fill on the like the outs a little bit. Um, I don't even know necessarily that like, we would really say like, it's hard to say like when you're like rebuilding because like they don't get as much talent to like redo their ranks, and there's very little time where there's people like that are free agents and stuff. I really feel like they should do like a like tournament or something for that. That'd be really cool, like a drafting tournament, like get some new people in there through like a draft where like factions would have to face off each other to get a draft pick to get somebody. I don't know. It could be something. So God's Eye, I'll probably also put in C. I put Suyui, though, is a phenomenal wrestler. I'll put her up in A. Almost S for me, but I feel like Mayu is kind of like has her own spot up there. Next comes Hate. This is my favorite faction. I like the gimmick. I like the colors. I like the aesthetic. They have the most consistent vibe out of all the wrestlers in it, and it's just great. And then we have Sire here. Now Saya isn't really the leader. She's the belt champion right now, and she's kind of running the game, but she's not technically the leader of Hate. So it's kind of weird to put her here, but she is. Her and Mayu are like neck and neck as being like my favorite. I have like a lot of favorite wrestlers in Stardom, but those are the top two, and so I got to put her up in S tier. Next up is Neo Genesis. Honestly, it's like a really good faction because it has Starlight Kid, it has AZM. Those are two phenomenal wrestlers just right there. You don't really need much else in that. So I'd put Neo Genesis up there in A. They kind of have like a cyberpunk rave type vibe, but they actually like sometimes, pretty much all look that way. Some of the other members don't always go for it, but AZM tries to, and then Starlight Kid's just Starlight Kid. So there is that. Starlight Kid also you got to put up an A. Great, phenomenal wrestler. I'm only not putting her in S because I feel like it's a disservice to put everybody in S. I got to put my top two up there, but AZM and Starlight Kid are 3 and 4. So that's how it goes. But yeah, this has been Japan. If you like this type of stuff, I've been doing some more Stardom stuff and some guides and if if you have questions or videos you want to be made or any just even discussions of Stardom or any other promotion, I'm always down. I watch quite a bit of wrestling and I like all different types. And Stardom's one of my favorites because there's just craziness with these factions that are just so much fun and so unique to Stardom and only to this promotion than compared to any other promotion. So, and the wrestling's phenomenal too. So that makes it even better. So until next time, it's been Japan. Bye, guys.